me be very, very clear as a diehard Knicks fan who isn't a turncoat, a trader, who should have his New York tag stripped, okay? Get out of town. I told you to get out of town. I told you to get out of town, okay? You're a traitor. But that's all right, because we don't need you. We don't need people like you, Max Kellerman. Knicks fans, we need you here. Let me say, you're pathetic. My rooting interest in New York is the Nets. Pathetic. But here's the deal. I was very, very happy last night, despite the fact that they lost the game. There were so many elements in this game that made me. Hold on, where's my tissue? I'm getting emotional right now. I mean, it was so special. First of all, Max, they were down 18. I got it. Thank you so much, but I got my one. But I need both because it's an emotional moment for me right now. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me right here. My Knicks, first of all, Max, they were down 18, but they scratched and they called the number one defense in the NBA. Number one is the New York Knicks. Now, I understand they're only scoring 105.3 points a game, okay? That ranks like 28th. But they're surrendering the exact same amount of points, which is number one. This defense is scrappy. I saw Spike Lee there. It reminded me of the days when the Knicks were relevant and Spike Lee was there cheering them on. Come on, let's go, let's go. It was a beautiful thing to see. I saw my man Worldwide West, William Wesley, behind the Knicks bench going bananas when a foul was called against Frank Ntilikina. He didn't like that. He was very, very upset about that. We know Thibodeau is feisty, okay? And then to see Julius Randle, although he did travel, and I believe it was the right call for him to have attitude, for him to be restrained, for him to have to be held back. Even Wes and the rest of his crew was trying to hold him back. Why, Max? Why? Because they had a chance. They're fighting. They're scrapping. And I'm going to tell you something right now, Max Kellerman. I'm going to tell you something right now because this is very, very important to say. I don't believe this anyway. Remember, I picked Brooklyn to win the chip. All right, I'm on the record. I picked Brooklyn to win the chip because I don't think Anthony Davis is going to be held 100% for the rest of the year. And I think that's the only chance to stop the Brooklyn Nets from winning it all, okay? Right now, they're the favorites. If the New York Knicks were to meet the Brooklyn Nets in the playoffs, do you have any idea how much pressure would be on Brooklyn? They had everything to lose. Could you imagine you chose, this is the Mecca, and instead of choosing the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden, okay, you chose Brooklyn. And you go there, you go. I'm not sweating it. I think Sean Marks is an exceptional executive. I think Steve Nash is doing a hell of a job. I think with Steve Nash and his staff, led by Mike D'Antoni, is doing a hell of a job.
I bet you Dr. J doesn't get hassled by security at Barclays.
That's right. All of that's true. But let me tell you this. If the New York Knicks were to play the Brooklyn Nets, and that became a series, could you imagine the pressure on Brooklyn? Could you imagine if KD and Kyrie, could you? I'm just saying.
That's without KD last night, brother.
I totally understand.
That's with Emmanuel quickly getting taken out with Randle and everybody at the, what's up with substitutions, Tim?
I'm asking you to fantasize. I'm asking you to fantasize for a second. Can I be allowed to fantasize? If the New York Knicks turn that into a series, and we actually had headlines. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, the series was tied 2-2, and Brooklyn had to worry. I mean, oh my God, you're talking about a nightmare that would never. I mean, could you imagine if KD and Kyrie would have lost to the Knicks in the playoffs? Oh my God.
That's why it's fantasy. You're living in fantasy.
It's totally a fantasy because I picked the Brooklyn Nets to win it all.
Let me say something.
Oh my Lord.
I
love what I'm seeing.
Your whole thing about you want to let go of the ball before your feet come down, the other player touches it. You can't,
it's a rule.
But the point is, they didn't even review it.
It doesn't matter. What's there to review?
Yes, it does.
I saw it. Did you see that? He came down with both feet with his ball in his hand. With the ball in his hand.
Review the play. Just review the play.
But why?
The official.
Why? I don't think it's necessary.
Let's watch that play again.
Look at it. He comes down and the ball is in his hands, clearly.
Yeah, after Kyrie
that is a travel.
After Kyrie touched the ball.
Doesn't matter. He's got to come to. He's got to let go of the ball. He's got to let go of the ball.
He did let go of the ball. He caught the ball from Kyrie.
Watch.
Well,
thank you. Yeah, that is a travel.
Maybe that might be a travel, but the refs didn't even review it.
Max.
The refs didn't even review it.
You know, I know my boxing.
Yeah.
But I would never, ever think that I know more boxing than you. It's time for you to fall back to take the lesson I'm giving you, bro. This is basketball, and I'm telling you, it's a travel.
Upon further review, it did look like his
Thank you very much. It's a travel.
But review it.
Okay? No. You don't need to review that. Waste time.
By the way,
it's a beautiful moment. New York Knicks.
They reviewed the trap.
Look at me. New York Knicks. You're very good. You're very good, you. You're making me proud right now. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.